Hi guys, so today I filmed this look for you. It is my spring makeup look. You can even use it for Easter, which I probably would do something like this since Easter is coming up super soon, as is spring, which is like today or tomorrow. So I wanted to film my sort of spring inspired look for you with my super bright lip and my pink kind of plummy eyes. I really like how this look turned out. I even did my foundation routine for you, which is crazy because I am breaking out like crazy, like it is gross. So don't be alarmed in the next clip where my face is completely bare. It is really gross, but you know, it turns out like this in the end, so I hope that's okay with you. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy, and yeah, if you want to see how I got this really bright pinky spring makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is what my face looks like without any makeup on it at all. Pretty scary. It's breaking out all over, but my last video I didn't show you any of what I did for my foundation. I just showed you what I used, so I guess I'll just show you today, even though my face looks gross and I don't want to show you, but we're going to cover it as best as we can. So I'm going to start with my Maybelline Fit Me in Dewy and Smooth. This is in the shade Porcelain. So I'm just going to pour a little bit on the back of my hand. That's probably a little bit too much. Okay. I'm just going to start wiping it down my face. Is the Sigma F80 Flat Kabuki brush. I love it for blending in foundation. It's my new favorite. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer. It is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Fair, the lightest shade they have. I'm just going to take this in a few places, but I'm going to put a little bit on my cheek, around my nose, and on my chin. I just like to take my fingers at first and just pat it in. So then for under eyes, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, whatever, the one that twists. I'm almost out of this, so I have to get more soon. This foundation is pretty full coverage, so you can't really see as much of my dark circles, if I really have a lot of them, or any redness, so I don't really need a ton of concealer when I do these parts, like when I use my Fit Me and everything. But I just use it just for a little bit extra in those certain places. So now I'm just patting it in with my ring finger. Always want to use your ring finger around your eyes. I'm just patting it in. And since my under eyes crease really quickly, I'm going to set that right now. I set my under eyes using my NYX palette. I like to use these two shades right there. And I start by taking my Sigma Spotlight Duster F37 brush and I just tap it into those two colors. And I just sweep right underneath of my eye. But then to be a little more precise, I'm going to go with my F03 High Cheekbone Highlighter. Same colors, but since it's smaller, I'm just going to pat it right up underneath to make sure it's all set. And now I'm going to powder my face with my NYX translucent powder, or the HG Studio Finishing Powder, whatever, same thing I always use. And I'm just going to use my Sigma F30 large powder brush for that. And now I am going to kind of bronze up my face a little bit. I like to do this before doing the contour. I'm just using this Wet n Wild sort of shimmer palette. It's in Rose Golden Goddess. And I'm taking my Sephora Pro Air 55 brush. Just like to swirl it around. It's not super pigmented on my skin, which is nice. I like that I don't have to worry about it being super bronzy when I put it on. So I'm just going to go in the 3E. Excuse me, I'm going to go in the 3E motion. And then blend it down my neck. So now that adds some nice color and it gets my face ready for contour. So I'm going to use my NYX palette again, and I'm going to use these first three colors as always. And I'm using my Sigma F23 soft angled contour. Pretty much going to make a really harsh looking contour spot on the cheek. But don't panic because we are going to blend it in. I would never go out with that on my face. So then with the extra that's on the brush after we do our dramatic lines, I'm just going to go around the tops of my head and under my chin for no double chin. And then blend in the neck. That adds some nice bronziness there. And then I'm just going to take it, kind of make sure there's nothing left, and hold it like this and blend it in. And then I go in with my same brush I used to do the bronzer, and just because it's fluffier, I like to blend it even more. I don't like a super harsh contour. It doesn't look right against my white skin, so I just like to blend it so that really just looks like a shadow pretty much. Now for blush, I'm going to go into my Makeup Geek blushes, and I'm going to take a pretty pink one, and it's called First Love. So I'm taking First Love. It's just a really pretty pink color, and I'm probably going to mix just a little bit of Spellbound, which is just a little bit darker and more rosy. And I'm just going to use my Real Techniques blush brush, tap it in those colors, and then roll it up my cheek for some color. Can you hear my dog? She's having some breathing problems. And now my favorite part is highlight. For highlight, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. It's in the highlight shade. It is absolutely stunning. It just looks like that. But then you put it on your skin and it's amazing. So I'm using my Spotlight Duster and just up the cheekbones, forehead, the nose, the lip, and the chin. I'm going to take this smaller brush, the high cheekbone highlight, and go on the lip for more precise highlight. Okay, now I'm going to do my brows, and I'm just going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I do this the same in every video, so I'm going to cut this part out. So, yeah, I'll see you when I'm done my brows. Okay, so my eyebrows are done, and I prime my eyes, so I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm going to start with a very light pink color. It is my L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour eyeshadow. This is in the shade Always Pearly Pink. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my ring finger and just spread that along my lid. I don't want to bring this up into the crease just because it is shimmery and light, and I want to just keep that on the eyelid. Okay, so now that I have my cream eyeshadow sort of base on, I am going to go into my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette because it's been like my favorite lately. I've had it for a while, and I've recently been getting back into it. And I'm going to take the light pink sort of highlight shade, and it's Champagne Truffle. So it's this shade right there. And I'm going to take that on just a big flat brush. And I'm just going to go right over what we just did. So now I have nice light shimmery eyelids. I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to dip it into the shade White Chocolate. It is the other sort of highlight shade. It's just a nice sort of off-white color. And I'm going to put that under my brow. So now we need a crease color, and I've been loving this shade from my MAC Burgundy x9. It is this middle shade right there. Taking it on my Sigma Taper Blending E40 brush. This is like my new absolute favorite eyeshadow brush. It's amazing. If you're willing to splurge a little bit on eyeshadow brushes, definitely get this one. So I'm just going to do my crease, my large crease. Keep this eye look pretty light and bright, but I do want some definition in the crease, so I'm going to take my Sigma Blending E25 brush. It's just a little bit more flat. It's still a blending brush, but it's a little bit more flat, so I can get into the crease like that. And I am going to take the colors, I'm mixing two, so I'm going to do the two corners, so this one and this one. I'm just going to take that into the smaller crease for more definition. It's almost like a nice sort of plummy and pink sort of shadow look. Now that those colors are in the corner, really like that. Nice. Okay. And then that's all for the lids basically. I am going to, okay, so then I'm just going to take a little bit of my Ice Latte color just because I love it so much, and I'm just going to take my pinky just because it's a little bit smaller and stick that right in the inner corner. Right, now I'm going to take an angled brush, anything flat and small will work. And I'm going to take this color, the very bottom, in my Burgundy ×9. It's really pretty. It's like a nice sort of burgundy maroon color. And I'm going to line my top lash line as close to the lash as I can. I don't want it to be super thick. This is just going to give a little bit of definition on the lash line without being super dark. And now I'm going to take a sort of smudger brush and I'm going to go in with these top two colors right there and to bring that on my bottom lash line. Very subtle, but I really like how it looks when I do that. And then the eyeshadow is done. And now it's time for mascara, my favorite part. So I'm just going to use my favorite CoverGirl Clump Crusher and do a coat of that, and then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Lights Camera lashes and make them extra dark and fluffy, you know. The same old. And now that I've made a mess of my eyelid, I'm just going to let that dry. You know, as always, I do it every time. No big deal, it always turns out just fine. I'm going to go wash my hands, we're going to do the lips, and then we'll clean up the eyes. Okay, so now it's time for the lips. As you all probably know, I love statement lips, like bright or dark, so I am going to do a bright sort of magenta pink color. We'll see how this turns out. Maybe I'll take it off if I don't like the way it looks with my outfit, but I love bright lips, so I'm going to go for it. So first I'm going to line my lips with MAC pencil in magenta. Okay, and now I'm going to use ColourPop. It's one of the Ultra Satin lips. I have like all of them except for I think 3. Yeah, kind of obsessed with them. They are amazing. Never thought I would like a liquid lipstick, but I do. So I'm going to, I haven't used this color yet, which is surprising because it's like the most me looking out of all of them, I feel. But this is in the shade The Rabbit. It's just a nice magenta looking color. I like to do when I put on this lipstick is I like to take the very tippy part of it, like just the top of the applicator, and I like to line my lips first and then like line around the line that I already have and then color it in. And I don't like to dip it into the thing twice. I don't know, I just feel like that's a little too thick for liquid lipstick, so I'm just going to try and keep it on one coat because that's basically all you need if you do it right. Yeah, I love it. Oh, wow. This color is bright and I am loving it. Okay. So now all that's left to do is clean up the eyes. So I'm just going to take my Q-tip and go around and do that. Alright guys, and that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I really like how this look turned out, especially with the really bright lip and the kind of plummy pink eye. Yeah, I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you want to see next time. I have some ideas, but that involves cleaning my room, so we'll see how far I get with those. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!